All right, let's now answer these questions here. These are change in condition questions, which can be a bit tricky. In hard questions, the conditions of the loan change partway through, and we need multiple steps to solve. So here's the example. Now we're going to be careful with how we highlight. Make sure you only highlight the important parts. Hugo needs to buy a new bike. He borrows $7,500 to pay for the bike and will be charged interest at a rate of 5.76 per annum compounding monthly. Hugo will fully repay this loan with payments of $430 each month. After the fifth payment, Hugo increased his monthly repayment, so the loan was fully repaid with a further 7 repayments. That is 12 repayments in total. What is the value of Hugo's new monthly repayment to the nearest cent? All right, there's a lot of things going on here. The first thing we're going to do is deal with it in sections. We're first going to deal with his first 5 payments and then his 7 payments. So his first 5 payments, that means my N is going to be 5 because we're dealing with the first 5 payments. My interest rate is 5.76. My present value is how much I get lent by the bank. So the bank gives me $7,500. Remember, this is positive because the bank is giving me this money. I'm putting it into my pocket. The payment that I'm making is $430 during the first 5 payments. All right? During the first 5 payments, I'm making repayments of $430. Now be careful. This has to be negative because this is money that you're giving back to the bank. It's money that's coming out of your pocket, so it's negative. What is the future value after the first 5 payments? Well, if you read through this, what you're going to find out is you're not told. You don't know what the future value is after the first 5 payments. That's what we're going to try to solve. And that's really quite the tricky step there, recognizing that you're not told that. You need to figure out how much is owed on the loan after the first 5 repayments. All right, PPY and CPY, well, it's compounding monthly and your payments are monthly, so you know that's going to be 12 and 12. And remember that number will always be the same. Then you come to your finance solver and you pop all of this information in. So it's going to be 5, it's going to be 5.76, then it's going to be 7,500, then it's going to be negative 430, then it's going to be, now this I don't know, I put it 0, then I put it, sorry, not 0, I just get rid of it. I put nothing there. I just got rid of everything there. 12, 12, 12, 12, then I come back around, I put my cursor here and I hit enter, and it's going to give me my answer. Remember, it's a good idea to write the unrounded first. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to go negative 5, 1, sorry, I'm going to need a thinner pen. Negative 5, 5, can I do better looking 5s? 5, 5, 10.997 ... So I'm putting the unrounded there. Now, the key with this question, and this is the really important part, we just found something very important. We just found the future value after the first 5 repayments. Nowhere in the question does it ask you to state what this is. Therefore, I'm not going to round it because it doesn't ask me to write it down anywhere. I'm just going to leave it unrounded. Now when I come to the next 7 payments, so the next 7 payments, which are the final 7 payments, let's just put in the information here. So let's go slowly through it. I know there's going to be 7 payments here. My interest rate hasn't changed. It's still 5.76. What's my present value? What is my present value? So at the start of making these 7 payments, what's my present value? And hopefully you can recognize that your present value is going to be what is left owing after the first 5 repayments. So you're taking this and putting it here. Here's where it gets a little complicated. Can we ask for a moment, why was this number negative? The reason why this number was negative is because it's the money you still had owing on the loan. So you still had owing on the loan this much money. If we scroll back through our notes here, so we're going to scroll back, it's going to tell you that FV is negative when it means that the amount is still owing. All right? But did you look up at PV? Look at PV. PV is the current amount owing on the loan, and your PV, when dealing with loans, is always a positive value. So that means when we take this future value and we put it into our PV, which becomes now our present value of the loan, it actually becomes positive. So now it's going to be 5510.997 ... interesting, isn't it? It's also interesting that I'm not going to round this. So what I'm going to do here is, let me start filling this in. So I'm going to start filling in what I have here. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to put a 7 there because I've got a 7 there. Then I'm going to put 5.76 there, which is already there. And now I need to replace this with this. This is what you're going to do. You're going to hit Control C and you've copied it. Then you can go tab, 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 come here. Then you can go Control V. And then you can come to the very start and get rid of that positive sign. So notice how we've taken the unrounded, got rid of the negative sign, got rid of the negative sign to make it positive, and now it's there. Cool. Oh, that was a lot of talking right there, and we're not even done. Okay. What are we even trying to do here? Well, the next thing is my payments. And remember, after the 5th payment, Hugo increases his monthly payment so that it will be fully repaid with a further 7 payments. This is the thing we don't know. The question is asking us, what is the value of Hugo's new monthly repayment? That's what we want. What's my future value going to be? My future value is going to be 0 because I want this thing fully repaid. And then my PPY is 12 and my CPY is 12. All right, then we come here to the PMT. How are we going to do this? Well, we just need to fill in what we know. So we don't know what the PMT is, so we make that 0. My future value is going to be 0 because we want this thing fully paid off. And then we go down, down, down. And then we come here, we hit enter. All right, let's put the unrounded first. So I'm going to be paying $802.47 ... All right, so that means, remember it's negative because this is the amount that we're paying. What this means is, and we'll write it down, because what is it asking? What is the value of the new monthly repayment to the nearest cent? The new monthly repayment, the new monthly repayment is money sign $802. And now, see, this is bad. This is bad. See what I've done there? That's silly. Why did I put 47 ... The reason why that's silly is because if I I don't know what to round that to. I need a 3rd number there. That was silly of me. At least do 4 numbers, you know, do enough so that when you come to round, the teacher or examiner can know whether or not you've rounded it correctly. So now that I've done that, it's 0.473. Well, it's just going to round down to 0.47. Make sure you, that was silly of me. What was I doing? All right, but we've used it as a learning opportunity, haven't we? Yes, as always, we use things as a learning opportunity. So that is my answer. And here is actually, this is actually a really good question because, this is spicy. Now, hopefully you're all still with me. I was just about thinking, I think I'm going to stop the recording here to do this again, but I'm not. I'm going to let this all be a learning opportunity for all of us. So this is a bit unscripted at this point. I don't think this will work. I think we should have actually round up to 48 cents. Let me show you why. So let's just say we were making repayments of 47 cents. So 802 and 40 cents. If I was to now get rid of my future value and hit enter, do you see how much I've got owing on the loan? I still have owing on the loan like 3 cents because it's 0.03. Because I rounded down, I actually don't end up hitting 0. If I instead rounded up to 8, now I fully paid it off. Because it's positive, it means that there's no money, like I don't have anything else owing on it. So that means the new monthly repayment is, it's going to have to be 8. It's going to have to be 8. Because if it's 8, then I've done it. So that's actually interesting, isn't it? And shows you the importance of sometimes just checking your work. I'm going to leave this in. Hopefully you're listening to me and you're like, wow, this is really fascinating stuff. I'm really enjoying this. Even if you're not, take this as an opportunity to be like, wow, it's important to check, and you can check it. Please do check it. So the new monthly repayment would be $802.48. That's the only way to do it. Cool.